Game week 13 is here, and so is my wild card. It has been activated. So like this video, subscribe, and let's enjoy this beautiful team. So let's go into my defense and the goalkeeper, where we start with Petrovic at Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth haven't had the best of seasons in the terms of recent games, clean sheets. People jumped on the Senesi bandwagon and whatnot. Yes, he got an assist last week, but really, when you look at it from Bournemouth, you need to see an improvement. However, I've got Petrovic in because they've got Sunderland away and then Everton at home and Chelsea at home. I have had Sanchez in all season, but I feel like it's time for a little switch up with Chelsea going into a bit of a more difficult fixture run. I think they can win games, but I don't think they're going to be confident enough to keep a lot of clean sheets. So Petrovic starts at the back for me. As you can then see, people, I've got O'Reilly, Powell, and Munoz. So let's start with O'Reilly. I had to put him in. If you haven't got O'Reilly, I think he's one of them ones you're looking at every week thinking, do I get him? Do I not? Pep roulette. At the moment, I'm going to trust the Pep roulette. Man City need to chase Arsenal. Man City need to win games. Nico O'Reilly is now in the England squad. He's great going forward. He's great defensively. He's shown that in the Liverpool game. He's shown that away at the Arsenal, at the Emirates. I think O'Reilly is a very good asset. We've seen him get great crosses in the box, score a couple goals, could have scored more. I think defensively and offensively, he's a great pick for 5 million. And right now, I think it's the right time to get him in with Leeds at home, which should be an open, end-to-end attacking game. I've then gone a bit different. Tyrone Mings is out at the moment, and I've got Pau Torres in now. Pau Torres faces a depleted Wolves team, low on confidence in the Midlands derby. Now, I'm hoping after the Europa League victory that Aston Villa can carry on their momentum after beating Leeds last week as well into the Premier League. Now, they've got Wolves at home. Wolves could potentially score, but at 4.3 million, I'm going to go with Pau Torres to be a bit of a difference maker there for me and hopefully register a clean sheet. And then you can see people. Daniel Munoz is coming from Crystal Palace. Man United at home. The formations are going to go back to back on each other. They both play similar styles, the managers. But Munoz, for me, is what Man United need. He need, an attacking fullback. Someone that gets to the byline. Someone that gets into the final third. Arriving late in the back post. Now, if you're a Man United fan, you all know about Luke Shaw over his shoulder. We all know back post. Wan-Bissaka back in the day. Back post. You get nerves. Munoz can attack that position, whether it's Dallo, whether it's Dorgu. He is a prime right wing back where Man United players, you could say, are still learning that role. So I've gone with Munoz, attacking points, attacking quality, and hopefully, for my sake, if Man United don't win, I'm going to play poor, that Palace get a clean sheet. So that is my defense and goalkeeper for game week 13. Calafiori and Shaw, I will now mention on the bench because Calafiori away at Chelsea, coming off the back of a victory against Barcelona. I do think Arsenal could get a clean sheet, but I also think Chelsea could score. And I don't want to take the risk in that type of London game. And then Luke Shaw, he will be explained why he's in my team when you watch this next clip. Now into the midfield, and I'm excited by this. Something different, something tropical, something tropicana. Got Doku in. Jeremy Doku, please deliver. You're a guy that's always involved in games. You're a guy that gets in attacking positions. Sometimes the final ball is lacking. This week, let's send Leeds packing. I need Doku to deliver this week, people. I've put him in 6.5 million. Going to be a dangerous threat against a Leeds team that we know can concede goals. Yes, they're not the Leeds of Bielsa's team 3-4 seasons ago, but I do think Manchester City need a response after getting beaten by Bayer Leverkusen in the Champions League. So Doku, for me, to try and be a difference maker in the midfield for my FPL Game Week 13. I've then gone with Morgan Rogers. I've got on it now because I feel like he's a man finding form. I feel like he's a man getting on the end of things. Tactically, I watched the game against Leeds and off the ball and the way they set up, Rogers was playing in like a 4-4-2. So he was lining up alongside Watkins, effectively like a striker or a second striker. That is a great position to be in if you've got Rodgers, you own Rodgers in FPL because you know he's in forward positions. You know he's going to get shots on goal. And hopefully now he's finding his confidence after having a slow start to the season. And again, playing Wolves at home who are low on confidence and not yet registered a win in the Premier League this season. I've then got Semenyo and I'm still starting him. As people know, he was injured last week or, carrying whatever it was that he didn't play. Bournemouth struggled against West Ham and Semenyo for me is their talisman. Now, Sunderland are better at home than they are away, and that might be a tricky game. I'm not overly confident that Semenyo will return, But I feel like if Bournemouth are going to get returns, Semenyo is probably the guy that's going to lead the way on that. So at the moment, I've got Semenyo in, pending maybe a last minute change, but I think I am set on him starting. And then we're rolling the dice, people, with Cody Gakpo. You know, you're looking at my bench and you can see Brian and Mbumo there, or you could see myself there, whatever way you want to look at it. But Cody Gakpo is starting against West Ham because I just look at that big pitch and I think West Ham will give you chances. Liverpool need to win. Cody Gakpo is the most natural suited left wing player at the moment at the football club. Florian Wirtz is obviously out. Ekatike, Isak, they keep, rotating. Unless he starts Ekatike on the left and starts Isak up top. I'm a bit nervous about that. We'll see what Baines or what people think in the comments. But I am starting Gakpo at the moment. The reason for Mbumo being on my bench and Luke Shaw, as mentioned in my defensive subject, is that Manchester United play West Ham at home after this. Midweek football, don't forget. I'm planning to bench boost. This is my wildcard team. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is a wildcard team you're looking at here with 0.0 million in the bank. But Mbumo and Shaw, both against West Ham at home, Thursday night at the end of the game week, gives me something to look forward to. And also the perfect time to bench boost with this wildcard. So that is my midfield for game week 30. And now into my tap, people, where we start with Jean-Philippe Mateta. Now, he's in my wildcard team because, one, he is not going AFCON. Two, he is the main guy for Crystal Palace when it comes to shooting opportunities. I think he's only behind Erling Haaland, like his XG, the amount of chances he's had. Mateta, when it clicks, it really does click. And against a Manchester United team that we know can concede goals, can concede chances, I've got Jean-Philippe Mateta in there to start on the weekend. Captain, I think everyone's got him captain. I probably think that this weekend could be record-breaking numbers in terms of Haaland captaincy. It'll be very interesting to see the data. I know Statman Baines, who I do this with, will probably have the data for you next week. But I think when we look at the numbers, it will be very interesting to see the percentage of owners that have captained Erling Haaland this week. I don't have to go into it. Haaland scores this weekend, and we see how many he gets. Igor Thiago. Now, I'm hoping this is a differential pick. I think people that have a free hit will be having him. I think people that have a potential transfer would maybe be looking at Yao Pedro to Thiago. That's what I did. I think if you've got room to make the move, Igor Thiago is probably the best transfer to make for game week 13. I think Burnley away from home are not the greatest. I think Igor Thiago is a good finisher. He's on penalties at the moment. Brentford will be looking at this as a game that they need to win if they want to be climbing up the league. I think Igor Thiago is probably one of the best game weeks to pick, him to come in. So that would be my transfer for you guys. And then, as you can see, people, my bench is down there. Dubravka, Mbumo, Calafiori, Shaw. And that is my attack for game week 13. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. It's so important. It helps us hit the algorithm and get more subscribers in. But also importantly, tell me what you think of my wildcard. Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you dislike it? Or do you hate it? I'll see you there.